That's what we're doing tonight, guys. We have an awesome lineup of a lot of fun happening. And for a Wednesday night, I am quite shocked that y'all are out at 8:30 in the evening. This is when I'm normally taking my melatonin and THC gummies, so more power to you. But it feels really, really good to be out. Now, some of us have had really long days. I mean, we've been out since maybe before the sun rises. Maybe we need to, I feel like I'm hot. Hot. Thank you. I feel like some of us might need a little bit of a warm-up, like something to just kind of get us in the mood for tonight. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of an association game with you. Better. I don't want to sound like a screeching cat. It's going to happen anyhow. So we're going to play an association game, and this is the time in the evening when you guys can actually shout at me. Later in the evening, maybe don't shout at the other comics. They're not welcoming it, but I am offering this opportunity to you. So I'm going to say a word, and I want you guys to just say the first word that comes to your mind, okay? So, flower.
Cocaine.
Okay, so we're a little bit awake. Children. I love the groaning that came from that. I actually didn't hear any words. I heard, How about the word egg?
Omelet.
Yum! Tightrope.
Scary.
Did I hear rabies? Okay, got it. How about ketchup?
Behind.
Love it. How about panties?
More.
I love all of these right now. Now, the reason that we're doing this is because tonight we're going to be writing together throughout the evening a great work of literature, okay? That is if you guys can actually remember what nouns, adjectives, verbs, and body parts are, okay? So, we're going to start this together. I'm just going to ask, and I need you guys to be a little bit louder when you shout these out.
Okay.
Oh, I love you. We're going to go with a verb that ends in an ing. Okay, well, I feel like the one I heard 4 times was one that's kind of dirty, so... I'm gonna go with licking. I like licking. Oh, but everyone just groaned at me. Okay, fine, fucking, that's it. I'm a people pleaser. I need a noun.
Chair.
Chair. We'll go with chair. I need an article of clothing.
Bra.
There was no other.
I need one more verb.
Jump.
Jump. And last one for this round, guys, I need a body part.
Toe.
Toe was pretty popular in this round. We're gonna go ahead and go with toe. Now you guys keep thinking about those nouns, adjectives, and verbs because I'm going to need them later. All right, so a little bit of housekeeping. Like I just said, you are more than welcome to shout out at me. I can take it. But let's not heckle our comics tonight because they're up here to do a job, which is to make you laugh, and it's not about you sitting there and trying to pretend like you're doing jokes, okay? All right, our first comedian, first of all, it's her birthday tonight. Can we all give a happy birthday? This will also be her very first time doing stand-up comedy. So as a treat to herself for her birthday, she decided self-deprecation was the route to go. Let's give it up for this virgin, Laura Reed. Sounds like a bad blowjob.
Hi, Colleen.
Hey. I'm Laura Reed, and yeah, this is my first time ever doing stand-up comedy. It's my birthday. I feel a bit like a 54-year-old virgin doing this for the first time. And just like the first time, I'm thinking to myself, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. But no matter how this goes, it'll all be short and sweet. It's just like my first time and last Wednesday. I'm 54, but I'm not dead yet. Woke up sexy as hell again. But if my vagina, oh, it's lower. If my vagina, I forget. If my vagina were a business, it would be like a bank during COVID. No one's waiting in line anymore to make a deposit. Open Kapuna hours only. Use hand sanitizer. And for God's sake, wear a mask. I don't need to kiss you or see your face. Let's just get this transaction over with safely. The best decision I've ever made in my 54 years on this planet was having my son. But by the time I decided I was ready to be a mom, my eggs were like a 4-year-old egg McMuffin, like no nutritional value. So my son was created in a petri dish. And I remember when the fertility doctor called me, was like all excited because the cells were dividing or whatever. And I was just like, damn, I wish I paid more attention in high school biology. But those cells did become an embryo, which I learned is what happens next. And on the day that my embryo was set to be implanted back into me, picture this. There I was, lay down on the table, legs spread eagle, feet in the stirrups. You ladies know the drill, and I see a few of your men do too. I was surrounded by men in white coats. I didn't know if I was getting my embryo implanted or I was gonna get gangbanged. Then suddenly, a sliding window opened up right in front of me and between my legs. It was like a McDonald's drive-through window. But instead of me ordering, it was my vagina pulling up to place the order. Yeah, hi. Thanks. I'm ready to order. One white boy. Yeah, sure. Green eyes. What? No. Come again? No, do not supersize it. Fries and a shake. Thanks. Then I was staring at this screen next to me, and it was the inside of my uterus. And I realized in that moment, I was about to witness the spark of fucking life inside of me. And suddenly, there was this speck of light. It appeared like a star in a dark sky. And in that moment, I knew that the universe was inside me. 9 months later, I held my baby in my arms, my son, my star. And I knew that I was holding the universe. And I thought to myself, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing.
Guys, can we get a woo-woo for her first? That was the best virgin activity I've seen since high school. Good job, Laura. All right, guys, I don't know how many of you actually listen to the radio, but I listen to the radio every single day because it's my job. I work for a radio station, and every single day I have to put in the civil defenses as soon as they come in from the county. And for the past 100 years, we've had Harry Kim on the radio giving us our civil defenses. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Uncle Harry. I miss that monotone, charismatic man who kept me calm in the sense of impeding doom coming towards us. It didn't matter if there was a potential tsunami. I would get my milk and cookies out and be like, what's Uncle Harry have to say today? And now that Uncle Harry is no longer on the radio, I would say that civil defense is lacking a little pizzazz. So I have an idea. I've written the mayor's office, and I feel like they should hire me to do the civil defenses, but in one of my flawless celebrity accents. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because who wouldn't pay attention if the governor was actually delivering potential doom, right? Okay, so I want you all now to close your eyes, and I want you to pretend like you're driving. Go ahead and put your hand on like 10 and 2, right? If you're cool like me, you drive a 5-speed, not because you care about cars, but because it keeps you focused on driving and not distracted at butterflies. You got a little Jason Derulo on in the background. What you say? That you only meant well. The song starts to fade out. And then this is what you hear. This is a civil defense message. This is a flash flood watch for Wednesday, March 3rd. The National Weather Service has issued a flash flood watch for Hawaii Island. The following are issued, so listen up. I'm sorry, are you guys still driving? Put your hands on the wheel and close your eyes. No one should ever say that statement. Number 1, remain alert. Number 2, if it bleeds, we can kill it. But this is a flood, so we cannot kill it. 3, do not cross flowing water on foot or on your vehicle. In your vehicle. Conditions are hazardous, so do not take the chopper. Turn around, don't drown. Don't make today your hasta la vista. Thank you for listening. This is your Hawaii County Civil Defense. Don't you guys think that people would pay more attention to what's going on as opposed to Harry Kim when we're like, okay. I've yet to hear back from Mayor Roth, but my fingers are crossed. All right, guys, up next we have a very sexy, funny, and talented man. May I introduce Guto!
Hello, hello. How you guys doing tonight? I love this crowd already. Started with the 30 words. Can't wait to hear the final story, man. I hope I can just keep going with the team. I have a lot of weird thoughts in my head, and I like to share it on stage just because it makes more sense. I can have immediately response from you guys. So I'm gonna just say it. Do you think God took a shit? I mean, not in heaven or anything, but like when he was here creating shit. I mean, not shit, like creating stuff on earth. Do you think, I mean, because, okay, like, it started all like, did he take a shit? And then he's like, this sucks. I'm gonna create a lot of people and they all need to take a shit. And, okay, because if he didn't have to and he just made us do, I just hope in heaven we don't have to take a shit. Because it would be pretty shitty, like, if this body, whatever, stays and our soul is up in heaven and we still have to take a shit, that would suck. Okay, so this was just a little, a very little beginning of a set that I did 2.5 years ago. And that's how I met Justine, and they kind of changed my life a little bit. And so I just want to say thanks to Justine for keep your eyes on new people and weird ones around at night. Just say thanks to Justine for all that she does promoting these events and all she does for the life, nightlife entertainment here in Kona and Big Island. Thanks, Justine. So okay, I do have a new set for tonight. It's not about shit. It's about puppies and sex toys. They do have a lot in common, and I will show you how they're super close. So it all started like, let's just say it was a toy involved me and a lady, and then the toy ran out of batteries out of nowhere, and that was really weird because I never experienced that in my life. I don't know if you guys ever. So it was just weird. A moment we like, okay, and then we laugh a little, and then we like, let's go find some more batteries, and then we start walking around naked, try to find batteries, but it was gone. It killed the vibe, and we couldn't get back to it. Like it's just, but it got me thinking like, what if the toy just really died for good? Like, what if it wasn't just the battery? Like, and then I'm like, where did the toys go once they die? Like, do they go to heaven? Like, but it couldn't go to heaven, like normal heaven, like with kids' toys and shit. It needs to be like a different part of heaven, like, okay, the adult section of heaven, yeah. But I do think they do go to heaven, and I do think we need to give them a little bit more love. I feel like we use them and we put them away, and we hide them too much. Okay, so. Okay, hold on. So, they do go to heaven, I believe. Not with kids. Okay. So, because it would be awesome, and I feel like a lot of people, when they vision heaven, it will be beautiful and a lot of pleasure. And toys is part of pleasure, and I believe in heaven, as will be no shit, it will be no batteries. So the toys will just run endless, unlimitedness, and forever. So it's just satisfaction, vibration, satisfaction, forever. Anyways, so it's funny how every time I say the word endless, it reminds me of a friend of mine that he was learning English, and as soon as he learned that word, it kind of stuck with him, and he couldn't stop saying endless. And then he said he would name his kid Endless. And then he would just walk around and be like, Endless, come over here. Endless, don't make me go over there, you son of a... Anyways, so that was it. That's okay. That's how my brain operates a little bit. I just had to say that. Going back to the toys, they do go to heaven, and that's how they start to get really close to puppies. Because they're beautiful creatures, just like puppies, and we do like to play with them, and they are here to make us happy, and they are happy when they make us happy. All I'm saying, like, we should take them outside, play with them, you know, spend more time with them, and don't lock your toy in the back of a drawer behind your closet, and just give them a little bit more love. And because I feel like, okay, I don't have much time, okay? Anyways, okay. It was just gonna be a little something like, when did the toys make the transition from just like being by yourself in your room and satisfying yourself to be in bed with your partners? I kind of missed that memo. Like, I didn't know it was on already. Like, I thought it was two separate things, but I heard toys are on like every night with partners now. Is that true? I just want to know. I just want to know if I'm missing out. I just want to be cool. Like, so do you always bring a toy when you? Even, okay, let's say, how many days do you need to bring a toy? Okay, is that it? All right, thank you very much. That was my time.
Guto, I completely agree. There should be an adult toy section in heaven and then another part for everything else. Let's hear it one more time for Guto.
All right, guys, I need an adjective. It's something that describes a noun. I heard slow? Slowly.
That's an adverb.
Oh, that's an adverb.
Slow.
I like dirty. We're gonna go with dirty. I need a noun. Fish. I need a verb.
Chase.
I need a body part.
Lick.
And I need a noise. Snort. Thank you, snort. Okay, guys, we're gonna try something a little bit different right now. When the beautiful Dirty Girl Comedy and I were talking about this show, we wanted to try and throw in some other bits of comedy, right? So we're gonna attempt doing an improv game for you guys right now that we have only ever done on Zoom. So we know how well this might go right now. So I need from you guys, I'm gonna give you guys 3 professions, and I need you to pick one of the professions I give you. So farmer, doctor, or chef.
Doctor.
I heard doctor the most. Doctor. Okay, so Justine here, congratulations, you have your PhD. But she also doesn't speak English. She only speaks the magical language of gibberish. So Justine is going to explain what? What type of operation is she doing today?
Vasectomy.
I heard sex change and vasectomy. I'm gonna go with vasectomy. So Dr. Justine Smith is going to be explaining to us how to do a vasectomy, and I will be translating that for her. Best of luck. The first thing to a clean vasectomy is a man that is well hung. And the second is if it's nice and skinny. Make sure you have a big bucket of knives. And they better be sharp, otherwise, it's gonna hurt. Next, It's just like undoing a zipper. And once you get your hands in there, just pull it all out. Then the most skilled and clever doctors are able to dive into the body cavity and pull out whatever manhood baby-making sperm particles there are and slice it. He loves me not. He loves me not.
With another claw.
Tied in a cute little bow, and ladies and gentlemen, that's how you perform a vasectomy. Thank you very much. All right, our next comedian is one of my most favorite people on this island. He is talented, he is kind, he's a very great actor as well. May I introduce Yasir Beg?
That was an interesting visual. What's going on, Gertrudes? We made it. We got out of 2020. 2021. Trump is out, Biden is in. Oh my gosh. It's good to be here. I don't remember the last time I've been here. Gertrude's was closed for a while, right? Yeah, this is exciting. We're having a good time? Yeah. Yeah, I heard they closed because someone caught the COVID, so as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go wash my hands. Oh man, it is good to be here. This month for me is special because this marks the 3rd year anniversary with me and my girlfriend. That's right. That's right. And my girlfriend says all the time that her and I are super tight. But after 3 years, I'm starting to think that tight might mean tension. I don't know. We live together now. It's good. We live together, and the relationship is good. You know, we just don't see eye to eye on every issue. Like the other day, my girlfriend told me she doesn't want a funeral. She doesn't want to be cremated. She wants me to bury her by a tree. No. Absolutely not. And she asked me the same thing. She said, well, why not? And I said, are you kidding me? The way police are out here shooting black people, you want me to drag a dead white woman through the jungle? Like, officer, I can explain. No. Absolutely not. But we live together now, and it's not bad, it's just different. Living with someone is not bad, it's just different. Like back when I was single, my place had style. And now that we live together, my place is the corner under the staircase. It's like, right there. It's her house. I can't, what am I gonna do? It's her house. And I'm just living in it, you know? And paying for it, but it's her house. But at the end of the day, it's okay, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to people's personal space, everyone wants a woman's touch, but nobody wants to be touched by a man. Like, I get it. I get it. I don't know if you guys know who I'm dating. She's another comedian, Katie Lynn, and you do, good. This makes it more awkward. She came to me, and I love her so much. She's my best friend. She came to me and she said, Yasir, I feel like you and I would never get divorced. And I said, you're absolutely right, because we're never getting married. And I'm joking with her. Like I joke with her all the time because she's trying to subliminally put marriage into my head right now. So like she'll say things like, Yasir, if there was an apocalypse and everyone we knew was dead and we couldn't leave the island, would you practice a ceremony of our love? I said, what does that translate to? Like an orgy in Puna? What is a ceremony of our love? I don't know. Oh man. But no, I love her. She's my best friend. And I remember the first time, 3 years ago this month, where we met. We actually went on our first date down here by the Marriott, where those little huts are down there. And I took her down there, and we snuck in, kind of looked around at the huts, and she got really excited. She was like, "Whoa, this must be where the ancient Hawaiians cook their food. Wow, this is amazing to see. I wonder what else we can learn about the ancient Hawaiians." And I said, "Well, why don't we try to learn how the ancient Hawaiians suck this dick?" I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You're too much of a pussy. Because you are what you eat. Are you guys on a diet? Calm the fuck down. Jesus. These are jokes. These are jokes. Yeah, no, it's great being with her. And we've got 2 kids now. Yeah, well, she has a 7-year-old daughter from her first marriage, and then we have a baby who just turned 1 this year. Thank you. But that's a trip having a baby, man. I'll tell you right now, because every time I hear kids now, it's like when a kid cries, like my ears perk up, and I'm always like, "Are you okay?" That's new for me. When I was a single man, if I was walking down the Lee Drive and I came across a crying baby, I would just step over it, go about my day. But now I'm like, it's weird. And I always wanted to have kids. I feel like I had them too soon. Like I wanted to be further along professionally before I had kids. Like, you guys know the painter Bob Ross? I wanted to be like Bob Ross. You know what I mean? Like, you're so happy doing what you love, you don't mind having a couple happy little accidents. Like, that's how I wanted to have kids. Didn't work out that way, but I'm happy. It's the greatest joy in my life to be a father, and super grateful to do it. So I live with them, and yeah, surprise. But I knew, even early on in the relationship, I knew it was probably going to happen, like with her, because, right from the beginning, she would say things like, "You are so amazing. I want to have your babies." And I would say, "Yeah, that's great, but what's your name again?" Like, she was very aggressive about it. But we have them, man, and it's good, I'm getting to know her 7-year-old daughter. She's really coming into her own. She's becoming opinionated. Like, the other night, she got mad at me because I was drinking wine and she just found out what adult juice is. Right. So, and I don't even know, whatever, adults, we drink wine, it's not that bad. I maybe have like 1-2 boxes. It's not that big of a deal. But she came up to me and she was like, "Stop it." And I said, "Why?" She said, "This is tearing our family apart." And I said, "Oh no, sweetheart, me drinking this is making our family grow." Like, trust me. And we have a 1-year-old daughter, love her so much. She looks just like me. So everyone thinks she's a boy. And I kid you not, I walk down the street all the time and people say things like, "Oh my God, your son, he has beautiful hair," or "Oh wow, look at his eyes," or "Wow, that's a lovely dress he's wearing," or like so many far out ideas. But we're making it work, man. We got through COVID. I'm happy. We made it through. It was different. It was tough, but we did what we could. We were resourceful, and we made it happen. We didn't have everything, but we had each other. So time was valuable for sure in 2020. Didn't have a lot of time to be intimate, but whenever we could, we would use that time. We would get together. I remember once my girlfriend was in the bed. I got on top of her. We used what we had, so I got the hand sanitizer. I moved up and was getting ready to go. We want to be sterile, right? We want to be sterile. And right as I'm starting to have sex with my girlfriend, I look over and my baby is looking at me, and I freaked out. It almost would have been better if it was the 7-year-old who caught us, because at least I could have said something like, "Oh no, sweetheart, it's not what you think. Mommy and I are just playing duck, duck, dick." Like, we could have could have spun something out of that, but she was looking at me and I just felt terrible and I was like, oh my God. And she gave out like this guttural, oh, and like I could feel her pain, you know. I think she was shitting, but like I could feel her pain. And it made me realize like the goal to be a good dad is just to keep your kids' therapy bill down to a minimum. Yeah, it is. I'm failing, but it's the goal. 2020 was a big year for me too because, guys, I was in a movie that was in theaters, a feature film. I was in a film called The Biggest Little Farm. Has anyone seen it? You saw that movie? You did. You remember the part that I was in? You do! Holy shit! You're the first person I've ever met in my life. I was responsible for watching a whole lot of ducks, and the first day they all died. But it was, no one taught me how to work an electrical fence, and we had a bunch of coyotes, whatever. You can figure it out. Spoiler alert. But I was on this farm, and it was a biodynamic farm. And that was really cool. I didn't know much about it. They tried to teach it to me. They would teach me things like, well, if you want to increase the fertility of the soil, you take the skull of a steer, fill that with manure, bury that on a new moon, and then when the moon is full, plant your seeds. That whole time he's saying that to me, I'm thinking to myself, you know, maybe I can buy mushrooms from this guy. Like, I don't know what he's talking about, but he's definitely connected to something, you know what I mean? Like, I know the signals. But that was a transformative time in my life. I decided when I came here, I was like, you know what? I think it is important. Everyone should have their own garden. So I told my girlfriend we should start our own garden. So I bought some of that Fox Farm potting soil. Have you guys seen that? And I was looking at the back on the ingredients, and it had a whole bunch of things that didn't make any sense to me. Like it said, yeah, well, this soil has crab meal and earthworm cast and sea moss, bat droppings, and I was like, whoa, this is how you get COVID. Like, we don't need to sell this to the public. But I put that out there. I said I wanted to have a farm, and you know, you be careful what you wish for, because literally the day before yesterday, I get a voice message from my girlfriend, and the message starts off by saying, Yasir, there's something I need to tell you, but before I do, just know that I was minding my own business. So right off the bat, I'm thinking to myself, fuck! And she goes on about how she was driving down the road and she came across this baby chick. So she gets out to help it across the street and noticed that there were several baby chicks there. And she said, in that moment, my maternal instincts kicked in and I knew I had to take them home. And I said, why did you bring baby chickens home to the house? And she said, well, there are too many dangers where the chicks were. There were cats about and cars driving by. The mother hen was pecking my head. Like, I had to get them out of there. So we're farming now, and now I gotta make more money to do. Has anyone seen me at my new job, by the way? I'm over at Island Naturals.
Yes.
Yeah, you see me over there? Making way less money now. Like, I used to work in the restaurants, and now I'm over there. And my favorite part about that job is that I legally have to get paid to poop. That is my favorite part about the job. I swear to God. And I'll literally sit in the stall and I'll calculate it. I'll be like, okay, well, they pay me 29 cents a minute and I've been in here for 5 hours. Looks like I can go home early. One of the nice perks about it, though, is that I get health insurance. So, you know, that was good. The second I got that, I went to the doctors. I was like, whatever you can do it. I don't know what to do it. And he said to me that, well, Yasir, something you should know is that on the big island of Hawaii, there's an outbreak of HPV. But if you like, we can do an in-house test to determine if you have contracted the virus. And I said, absolutely, whatever you want to do. He said, okay, let's get started. How old are you? I said, I'm 34 years old. He said, you have HPV. But I'm over at the Natch now. I really am, and yeah, you see me there. People ask the stupidest fucking questions to me when I'm over at that store. A lady came to me the other day and she asked me, hey, Oreos, they're vegan. do you think they're healthy? I said, listen, sweetheart, if you think Oreos are healthy, I've got some organic cocaine in the back of my car. Why don't you come on out here after work? But yeah, you know, people get snotty too. It's a health food store, so we get like snotty customers coming in and saying things. Like this one woman came to me and she was like, "Did you learn anything new during COVID?" I was just kind of taken aback, and so I didn't say anything. And she said, "Well, shame on you. You should have learned something new." And I said, "Well, lady, yeah, I did learn something new. I learned how to speak Tourette's. Now get the fuck out of my line." Duolingo. But then the other night, I was working the late shift at the cashier's register, and we had this little old lady from Canada, and she had her mask on, but you could see the creases of her eyes as she was smiling at me. And she comes up to the register and brings her few items, puts them on the belt, and then she looks at me, and I look at her, and then she looks and says, "Are you black? You matter." True story. True story. But you know what? I just want to say to you guys that is a rarity on this island. That really is, because honestly, from any place that I've been in my entire life, on the Big Island, I truly feel like there is equality. I do. I love the Big Island. I'll just straight up say it. I love the Big Island. We have equality. Unless if you're a Hallie, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I feel like there's equality. All right, guys, that's my time. Thank you so much. It was a real treat. Please welcome your host, Nikki. Okay.
Give it up one more time for Yasir Bey! You know, during COVID, I did a lot of online dating. I did like the video chats and stuff like that. But usually my opening question to dudes was, "Did you learn anything new during COVID?" So now we know why I'm still single. All right, guys, I need an adjective. Something that describes a noun. Smelly. I need a noun. Fire truck, yes. One more adjective? Oh, yes, moist. Oh, I'm sorry, I need one more adjective. Last adjective. Airy. Oh, airy. And a pet name. Philo. I think I like Philo. Oh, I can't hear worth anything. Phyto is better than Philo. Yeah, like Phyto, like
Like a dog.
Oh, I like Phyto better. Okay, guys, so here's our great work of literature that we wrote together titled How to Turn on a Man. Turning on a man is as easy as fucking a chair. Really. You barely need any help at all. Simply take off your bra and jump it around right in front of his toe. By now, things are likely getting slimy. Turn up the heat using a fish to chase his elbow. You'll know how much he likes it by the snort he makes. Thank you, Snort. If things get too smelly, don't be afraid to use a fire truck to get him right where you want him. Normally, he may be a moist man. But tonight, he is your hairy Fido. Good job, guys. Good job, guys. I have hope in our future. All right, have you guys been having a good night tonight? the show is all done, there is this cute little bucket down here if you feel like tipping your comedians and talent. That would be lovely if you're able to. Right now, I'm introducing our headliner. Oh, wait, before I do that, just kidding. I love you, but we have another show that's happening next Saturday. There's only 12 tickets left. It's going to be happening at my bar. It's called Dirty Girl Comedy Presents Tits and Giggles. It is a comedy cabaret, and it's the theme of Welcome to the Movies. Let's all go to the movies. It's going to be an awesome show. You guys can get tickets online at dirtygirlcomedy.com. Now that I have said her name 8,000 times, may I present one of my dear friends and one of the funniest ladies on this island, Justine Smith!
Thank you. Oh, I love you so much. I love the fact that she can't remember the name of the show that she is in next weekend. And that it's just, remember that old, like, let's all go to the movies. She's like, I don't know, welcome to the shit show? Yeah, that's pretty much it. How's everybody? I've been doing all this online comedy because, of course, you know, the COVID things, and it has been so amazing to live here and still be able to do live shows. Yeah. Right? Because they cannot in California. It's like they cannot. And so everybody's complaining about it, and I'm like, yeah, I've got a show next weekend, and they hate me. I don't care. I don't care. COVID actually, to be very honest, was a wonderful time for me. And I know people have suffered and died, and I feel so fucking bad, but I like lived my best life. Oh, I'm not even kidding. Here's what's crazy. So I had cancer, and I couldn't get it taken care of because I worked too much. Right? And so with COVID and being laid off and having the time, I actually was able to, like, I'm cancer fucking free. But so here's the thing, I've got this big bandage, right? I still have all my stitches in, it's gotta be covered, and Facebook, fuck all of you. So it's exhausting. So I took the bandage off and I took a photo because my stitches, it's very extensive injury, and my stitches look like a centipede, like our centipedes that we have here, right? So I was like, look at this thing is like a giant centipede, like you want to step on it, right? And I posted that, and then I was like, when the scar heals, I'm gonna get a tattoo. A friend of mine passed away of cancer, and we discussed it before she passed, I was gonna get a jellyfish. And I post all this, right? And I'm like, isn't this funny? You know, I got 99 problems, but a stitch ain't one, right? So, and people are like, oh, you've got to get a centipede tattoo, and people wouldn't shut the fuck up, and I got so angry. I was like, you don't tell me what to do. Yeah. I got so mad, because that's who I am as a person. I got, like, nothing better to do. It's COVID. I'm just going to get angry at people on the internet. That's what we do now. That's my life. I hate you, Pluck. Oof, it's been rough. But truly though, really my best time. And I lost, for those of you that know me, I lost about 40 pounds in COVID as well. Thank you. I was really sick for a really long time. And because I finally didn't have to work 14 hours a friggin' day, I was able to like heal my body, like this whole like I'm cancer free and I'm 40 pounds less. Like I was honestly living my best life. But here's the thing, I did it in the most pretentiously white way possible. I went on a doctor-supervised fast. I'm gluten-free and vegan now. And yeah, I know, so like, of course you are a white woman. And, well, you're about that age. And then I also gave up drinking, which sucks. F this. So yeah, I'm gonna be single, I'm gonna be alone forever. I'm gonna die alone. Oh, she's gluten-free, low-fat, vegan, and sober. What a fun time. Don't like, no, I won't come to your party. I can't eat or drink anything. So, because you know all the invites. No, but what I've done though, which is not so good, is replace the alcohol with coffee. Right now I have carte blanche to drink as much coffee as possible, which is awful because I have raging anxiety. So like, today, I I was down at the pool. Laura was here, and we got a room at the Sheraton, or I got a room for her at the Sheraton. And I'm a drinker, right? Like I'm at the pool. I want a cocktail, and I couldn't have one, so I was like coffee. I like chugging coffee. And she gets to the pool, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. It'll be fine, right? Oh, it sucks so bad. And what the worst part is that it makes my pee smell like an ashtray. No, I don't know why I'm single. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. The worst part, honestly, about the worst part about no longer having cancer is now I can't use that as an excuse not to do things around the house. Even though I could do all the things before, the kids would be like, Mom, can you do that? Oh, but I've got cancer. And that time you guys are like, why are you bringing the party down? I thought we moved on from the cancer. And now I'm like, oh, but I had cancer. They're like, it didn't work before, it's not gonna work now. But so, gotta bring up things. But honestly though, losing weight has been a dream because I needed it and I was so sick. But here's what sucks, is now the DMs. Oh, you guys. You know, she's gorgeous. Of course you know what I'm talking about. She's like, yes. A DM is a direct message from someone you don't know on the intraweb who has decided they like the way you look, right? And so I'm getting these idiots, oh, you're really gorgeous. I'm like, oh, shut up. Well, you don't know me. And so, I will eat your babies. You don't know me. I'm gorgeous. Listen, I'm almost 50 years old. Looks are fleeting. You better get over the whole I'm gorgeous thing real fast if you want to be in my life, because this isn't lasting. Let me be very clear. Everything is dropping. Everything is dropping. Oh, you wait. They're so young. They're like, oh, that'll never happen to me. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, this was another one. Oh, you just seem really nice. I'm like, okay. Compared to, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, you know, I put my shopping cart away because I'm not a monster, obviously. I love my kids. I don't kick my dogs. That doesn't make me a nice person. You know what? Here's how you know I'm not a nice person. Look at me in line at CVS. Not a nice person. Traffic. Oh, it's immediate. Oh. And here's I think my trust issues stem from my mother, clearly. Mother, I'm recording this. She needs to see. She needs to know what she's done. But my trust issues definitely come from the fact that I can hear my own thoughts. Do you know what I'm talking? Like when you think something and you're like, oh, good Lord, where did that? Someone call the authorities. I shouldn't be on the road. And so therefore, I don't know what the fuck any of you are thinking, and I don't want to know. It's very terrifying. I'm not a nice person. And I'll tell you, I'm like, listen, I was a bitch before. I may have lost weight, but I didn't lose an ounce of my shitty attitude. You don't want it. You do not want this. But my favorite one that I got the other day was, hey, thanks for the friend ad. You check a lot of my boxes. What? Which box would that be, sir? Single mother on food stamps? Check. The fact that when I sleep, I snore like Darth Vader. My family calls it Vadering. They're like, oh, you Vadered this morning. I was like, I was tired. This is what it sounds like. That's how I snore. It is the most, I don't know how to stop it. I don't know if I can staple my lips together. I have no idea how to make that not happen in my life. Darth Vader, check. How about the fact that I have no pelvic floor left? It has ceased to exist. The other day I picked up the dog and my Diva Cup shot out. What is this? She's not even that heavy. She's like 10 pounds. That is my pelvic floor. I was telling him I cannot jump. I cannot jump, laugh, sneeze, dance, none of it. I can't do any of it. And I'm just like, oh, right? And so I was telling my girlfriend, I don't know what to do about this. She goes, well, Justine, you need to work on your pelvic floor. I'm gonna work on it. 2 people have fallen through already. I think it's time to replace it, is what I'm thinking. How do you... 1972 linoleum gotta be taken out. The flooring has gone bad. It's not cigarette burns in there. Smells like an ashtray. No one knows what's going on. Just replace it with some nice hardwoods, a nice tongue and groove, if you will. Some shag carpeting. Rest your weary head. Oh, my pelvic floor is so sad. So I tried getting one of those little balls. The ball thing, you know what I'm talking about? She's like, yep. DMs? Check. Pussy ball? Check. Well, please, someone in here remember this. So back in, I don't know if it was the 90s or the 2000s or whenever it was, but there was a woman who had an infomercial who would put one of these things and she could pick up surfboards and weights. Google has failed me. Like, I've got to find out this. I remember it because I was like, oh, why would you need to do that? That's ridiculous. This was some program she was selling. She was showing off she could pick up hand weights with her vagina. Why? There's got to be some sort of a middle ground between peeing yourself in a Zumba class and towing a car. Something in the middle. Why would you? Going surfing. Convenient though, I'll tell you that right now. Super convenient. Honestly, you get your little Jeep stuck on the side of the road, someone call Janet with her super badge. She'll pull us right the hell out of here. We're to tow the car. Ridiculous. That's not right. This is what I envision. Right? Like just pull it right off with your super puss. Anyway, so I got some of the balls, the thing you're supposed to do with the thing, and I was like, all right. So I laid down and I put one in, and I was like, okay, clench. They're like, you have to clench, right? That's the whole point, is the clenching and the holding. And I'm like, well, we'll see how this shakes out. And the second I stood up, it slid out like a child on a water slide. Like it was just like, whee! And I thought, well, I tried. And then I was like, honestly, if I could learn to control the speed and velocity, I would have a nice OnlyFans page. I never have to work again. I've thought about it. I'm not kidding. No, that's fine. I gotta pay the rent. Listen, unemployment is the closest I've ever come to feeling like I've been paid to be a stay-at-home mother. And I'm like, there's gotta be a better way. What can I shoot out of my vagina, I guess? There's a woman who has an OnlyFans, all she does is eat hamburgers. Clothed. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm vegan. Right, like no one's gonna watch me eat a Beyond Meat, I'm sure of it. She pays her rent eating hamburgers, that bitch. And then the feet thing, the feet thing is a whole thing. And my daughter, my 17-year-old daughter, is like, yeah, I have people contact me all the time on Instagram to send me pictures of their feet for money. And I was like, will you do it? And she's like, of course not. And I'm like, why wouldn't you? Did you not hear that we're on food stamps, sweetheart? I said, I'll tell you what, when you turn 18, we'll use your face and my feet will make a killing. Beautiful little princess feet, it'll work. I'll even mess up a hamburger with my feet if that's what we need to do. Anyway. One of my girlfriends has an OnlyFans, and she's beautiful and perfect, and she's got that look. Like, aside from just being gorgeous, she can make the face. Do you know what face? Like, the face like she wants to have sex with whoever she's looking at. Like, I can't do it. I look like I'm having a stroke. Like, I tried. I was like, if I could just harness this and this, it would be, And she's all, you know, that she's got lips, I've got like a line. Like, there's nothing. Looks like I couldn't even look like I wanted to have sex when I was having sex. Marriage is great. Just point me towards the TV. Oh, it's terrible, but it's true. Never again. Marriage. Ooh, messy. So she's got this OnlyFans page, and I don't have the heart to tell her that sometimes I masturbate to it. Just occasionally. I don't know. You know, we've been in lockdown. It's been quarantine, whatever. So I haven't had sex in 11 months, or the 22 months prior to that, which I'm also. just gonna blame on COVID. The fact is, 2018, I'm going on 3 years, and I'm just like, how long before it factory resets? Like, I'm just starting out, but here's the thing, I couldn't flirt before this, and now I've been holed up in my home. It's a terrifying thing. I did a lot of yoga, I do a lot of yoga, I love yoga, and pre the whole shutdown, I was going into Bikram yoga. I was 40 pounds heavier. Not that that has anything to do with it. You're not your weight, and I am not fat. I had fat, right? Like that's my daughter's always like, Mom, you're not fat. You have fat. Like you're not foot. You just have feet. I'm like, oh, you're so smart. So, Mommy's so proud. So I have to paint the picture for you only so you know how horrifying I am as a human being. So I'm going into yoga. I'm like SpongeBob SquarePants or like a potato with a rubber band around it. Like that's what I look like and it's fine, whatever. But I had on a skirt, which of course is the epitome of sexual attractiveness. So sexy. And it was a little too small, so it cut me again like SpongeBob SquarePants with a rubber band around it. And then the piece de resistance, of course, was my tank top that showcased a cat playing beer pong. And I was like, okay, we're ready to rock this. So I get in, and I notice someone behind me, so I'm gonna hold the door, right? I'm not a monster. I'm gonna hold the door for this person and pretend like I'm nice. So I'm not paying attention, I hold it, I open the door, and then I just kind of half turn, and oh my God, you guys, this guy was so hot, there's no way he lived here. I was like, you are not from these parts. He was so attractive, you could smell the chlamydia. That's how hot this guy was. I was like, he was so attractive that he turned me British. I was like, oh, pardon me, sir, would you like a spot of tea? I'll look up the door for you. Oh, he crippled me. He crippled me and I went full European. And then I went into class and I looked around and there was one spot left in hot yoga. And that was next to me. So beautiful man comes and now I'm like, fuck. I'm always holding in a fart in yoga as it is. What am I supposed to do now? Sometimes they sneak out. I don't have control and I have no pelvic floor. You don't know. And then after a certain point you just give up because you know you're disgusting and you smell like cat pee because you drink too much coffee and there's all this uric acid in your body and you smell like a litter box and you're next to a hottie McHot and you finally give up and you're like, do you like what I'm presenting you? Horrifying. Horrifying. There was a dude in yoga one time, I'm not here to talk about yoga, but there was this dude in yoga one time who was dripping so profusely. I go to the hot classes, and of course you're gonna sweat, that's what you do. But we were in like Triangle or something, and the amount of sweat coming from his balls was like Rainbow Falls. I was like, I've never seen its equal. Like, this is so intimate. Like, do we have to get married now? Like, that was where that song came from. Lil Jon. I was like, skeet skeet, motherfucker. Like, that's insane. Sweat drip down my... It was terrifying. And here's, and that's the thing too. My mom is convinced I will never be with anybody again, and I'm not inclined to disagree. But she's like, I feel like she's just constantly horrified by who I am as a person. When I got divorced, I got this hairstyle. I love it. I've had it ever since. And she's just like, oh God, I just miss your long hair. I miss it. I'm like, what? Well, no, you don't. Like, my mom has beautiful, long, beautiful hair. I didn't get that genetic. I can't even grow armpit hair. I've not shaved in 3 years. I can't, and I looked at her and I go, Mom, I can't even grow an eyebrow. Like, why would you think I could grow hair? This is ridiculous. These are painted on. I have no eyebrows. It's ridiculous. So she's certain of it. And then I had a friend who was like, well, Justine, now you're 40, so you have to just take what you can get. What? I did that. That's why I'm divorced now. you ever land a man? How will you ever land a man? No, land a man? Is he an aeroplane? Like, how does that work? That sounds like a lot of schooling I'm not willing to commit to. I've ridden a lot of men. I at least know how to stop a bicycle. I know where the kickstand is. Like, we can make this happen. This is ridiculous. My other favorite term, though, is trap a man. Have you heard this? This trap a man? Like a bear. How does that work? Well, we're gonna go ahead and set out the Coors Light and the pornography and see if we can trap ourselves a man today. Ooh, he's taking the bait. Like, what the? Come on. I don't even know. I have a thigh-sized tattoo of Tim Curry. And from Rocky Horror. And I only show you that because if someone were to date me, at some point, you have to put on fishnets and a corset and heels or it's not gonna work. Box, that's how to get in my box. That's how to check my box. Oh, so what demographic is that? How do you, Harry Styles, that's my demographic. Ooh. Eesh. He's too young. I could have birthed him. I can't do it. But that picture of him with just the fishnets and oh my God, that's still on my phone. I'm saving that. I'm like, look at he's delicious. I want to lick things off of his. All right. I don't know. I don't know what demographic I fit into. I'm Gen X, right? Like, and we're a mess. Gen X is a mess, and we're so proud of the fact that we are white hot messes. Well, back when I was a kid, you know, we drank out of the garden hose. Hello, Giardia. That's not, why are you proud of that? That's a listeria. That's an intestinal. We ate cookie dough, and well, I still eat cookie dough, but still. Because I'm Gen X, I don't care. Give me a rubber band and a paper clip. I'm fine for hours. Or they'll be like, well, we used to go out, and our parents, you know, we had to come home when the street lights were on. We could go out all day, and our parents didn't even know who we were or where we were. And I was like, why are you proud of your parents didn't love you? I'm a mother, not in a million years. That's why I saw my first dick when I was 7. Our little street light rule. Oh, look, another male penis. How lovely. Parents didn't love you. I can't do Gen X. They're crazy. We're crazy. And then there's the millennials, and it's all about ass. What is that? Why do you all want to do the things with the butts? What? No. Why? I'll tell you what. I did that once with my ex-husband. I don't get to unsee that. I don't get to take that time back. I was right up in there. Oh, no. Oh, it just makes me angry. I'm thinking about it right now. It makes me so angry. I'm like, a finger? Sure. Well, sure. Why not? Yes, I'm all there. I am a doctor, after all. Strap on? Sure. I'm in. Let's do some light pegging. Google it if you don't know. It's delicious. But my mouth? No, and you don't go there either. There are a million other things I'd rather have licked than that. I have hemorrhoids the size of a thumb. Why would you want that? I've had pinworms 4 times. 4. I used to treat the pinworms and the hemorrhoids simultaneously because I didn't know which one were giving me issues. Why would you want to be in that room? My friends are like, why would you tell people that? Like, this is why you're not getting laid. Like, why would you tell the others that? I'm like, because I gotta weed out the weak. Oh, am I? I shipped the wall one time. Is that pretty? Is that pretty to you? Does that check your little box? I thought it was a fart. My kids still give me a hard time. And the only reason it was the wall and not under the sheets was because I was trying not to hotbox the dog. Because I'm a nice person. Oh, my kids will still bring it up. It was years ago. Mommy shit the wall. Remember that time you shit the wall, Mom? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, let's keep, by all means, let's keep talking. IBS is the greatest thing on this planet. The best part about not working is not having to stop to take a crap on the side of the road on my way to work. Because I have no control. It's like, oh no, I'm fine. Nope. Nope. I know all the places from Mamaluho Highway to Ali'i Drive where you can poop in safety. True story. True story. Yeah, no, I don't know why I'm single. But again, thank you so much for your concern. Thank you. Being single is awesome. Being single for me is freedom, right? Like just not, I've already got 2 kids. Like I don't need another. That's why I got divorced. My poor ex-husband, oh fuck him, no. My ex-husband was always like, you love the children more than you love me. I'm like, obviously. I love the cat more than I love you. Know your place. I will never understand anybody who has a baby to save a relationship or save a marriage. Oh, no. That's not how... She will never love who comes in her more than she loves who came out of her. I'm sorry. I don't know, my poor kids, I think I've scarred them. I don't, against marriage, but that's fine too. My girlfriend's like, are you never gonna date again? I go, listen, if I really wanted to date, I would force my ex-boyfriend to love me again. That's what I would do. We live together. I'd be like, we're gonna be in a relationship again. And he would be like, I'm afraid. I'm legitimately afraid of you. And I'd be like, no, you should be. I'm a terrified, not nice. So we actually lived, so this is it too, like we lived together. He needed a place, and I was like, of course, he's my best friend. We sleep toe-to-toe, our beds toe-to-toe in the living room, so the children can have the bedrooms. This is this phenomenal setup of a hot den I have going in my home to make sure that my sexual needs are taken care of. How does that work? You gonna go take the dogs into the girls' room so I can hook up and peg some dude? Like, that's not gonna happen. I think. No, gross. Ew, Kona. I know too much. I know too much. That's the problem. All of my friends have fucked any dude I would consider. And now, the worst part is now I know they're good in bed, but I can't fuck them because I know where they've been. Not the dudes, my friends. No, I love my friends. They could do whatever they want. Their body, their rules. But, so my kids, I'm going to end on this. My children, oh my God, they're the greatest people on the planet. My youngest daughter, or not my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, who's 17, is having more sex than me. And she came, which is fine. I'm like, here's the condoms, here's the birth control, you do you, your body, your rules, mommy loves you, just be safe. And so she goes, Mom, she's like, what do you do for a bladder infection? I said, pee after sex. Like, what? Come on, bitch. So I'm trying to, I mean, now you're just rubbing it in. Oh, I had sex and now I have a UTI. Oopsie. You. No, I'm just kidding. She's wonderful. She's wonderful, but it makes me really sad because she just came out as straight. And I feel like I failed her. Like, did I not introduce Rocky Horror soon enough? Is that what it is? Wait, too much Barbie, not enough drag queen story hour? Like, where did I go wrong? Who has the number for the gay agenda? I fucking need it. Like, I'm so worried for her. And my youngest daughter, because it just limits you, like it's limiting, right? My youngest daughter and I are bisexual. And I didn't know you were allowed. I didn't know that was allowed. Is that the weirdest thing? I grew up in the Midwest where no one is gay. And I didn't know. I thought, well, you either have to be this or this. And I'm like, but I don't know. And so I spent like the first 40 years of my life just eating from the breakfast menu. That's how I feel. Like I just had sausage for like 40 years. And then I realized you could do both of the things. And I was like, there's a whole lunch menu I've not even known I was allowed to order from. A nice hot Reuben sandwich. Yes, please. Imagine going 40 years and never eating a taco. Fair. So I'm stoked for my youngest daughter. have daddy issues. We know it. We talk about it. I'm like, I'm so worried for you, Pi, because the first dude that comes along who gives you what your dad didn't, you're gonna be like, but I love him, mama. And I'm gonna be like, oh my God, he's gonna be some Post Malone looking Outback Steakhouse dishwashing wannabe SoundCloud rapper. And I'm gonna be like, listen. You do you, just don't do my kid. All right. My name is Justine Smith. Thank you so much. Thank you. To be clear, I have nothing against dishwashers. At least he has a fucking job, right? So let's be clear. But I really want to thank everybody so much for coming out on a Wednesday night randomly and just coming and enjoying and living your best life. So thank you everybody so much for coming. Have a wonderful evening. Come on.
People